Well, I'm Vit Jedlicka. Many people call me president, but I prefer Vit, actually. And I set up a country on 13th of April to celebrate Thomas Jefferson's birthday. I've tried for 5 years to change the political situation in Czech Republic, and it was pretty, close to impossible. No matter if we had a right-wing or left-wing government, we always had more taxes, more regulations. And that's why I decided it was necessary to create a competition, a tax competition to the states that we have right now, and also regulatory competition. Because nowadays European Union produces as many as 100,000 pages of regulation. They're growing every single day. And we need to do something about it. And, everybody from free market movement was talking about competition. Why not introduce a competition in the state market, I would say. The market of states better. The tax competition is very important in keeping the liberty all around the world. You can see that, for example, Monaco is making sure that the taxes are not extremely high in France. Switzerland is making sure that the taxes are not extremely high in Germany. And, for example, Hong Kong is also a good competition to China model. That's why China is moving towards more free economy. So yes, we need something like that in Balkans as well, in the whole European Union. We will be on the edge of European Union, but we will be out of it, and we will allow everybody from Europe to come and do business here. Well, I think we are already a great contribution regarding tourism. There are many people now with me behind you who came here and who are, giving money to the locals for many services, and I think the locals can appreciate it. And in future, we will have that in all segments of economy, We calculated that overall, if we make this project all the way, and we get all these $20 billion which were claimed or promised by our citizens in the form, we might rise the GDP of Serbia and Croatia by as much as 1% a year, which will, of course, bring prosperity to both countries. I don't think we have any problems so far. Yes, we have an issue with the Croatia police. We invite them every single weekend for the party in Liberland, then they will come sooner or later, and this problem is fixed. And so I wouldn't even call it a problem. Let's just call it an obstacle, a small obstacle on the way. Many people think that they can get citizenship just by applying. And I already said many times, and it's already on our website, that the only way how to get a citizenship is to directly help Liberland being created, and then come here for the weekend party. And I will try to be here as many times as possible during Saturday to give away citizenship, but I will only give it to people who directly helped and who are able to come all the way down here to get the citizenship. Yes, I've planned a diplomatic tour now, and I'm going to over 10 countries. Most important, of course, is the tour in US, where I'm going to be key speaker at the Freedom Fest in Las Vegas in next month. But before that, I have to visit Switzerland, France, Spain, all these countries where we already have a support by some political party. And I can just announce that we have official support from Partei der Vernunft, the German party. Then we also have a support from French party, Spanish party, Norwegian party, Swiss party. So, we've got now support from many parties around Europe, which I think is great, and we have to work on that to make it all around the world like that. Getting Liberland recognized is much easier with the sort of dictatorships around the world than with the parliamentary democracy, where it might take a year before the thing gets to vote. But I think I can announce that we do have people in Swiss Parliament who are willing to put the question for the vote in the near future. So I'm hoping that materializes and that we will have a vote on Liberland recognition in Parliament, in Swiss Parliament, in near future. Well, the main concept that we introduced were voluntary taxes. I think it's a great concept. People are not forced to pay for the state. They can just give it donations. And everybody thinks it's impossible. I'm absolutely sure it's no problem at all. Because what we are going to do is we are going to limit the government by the constitution in a way that it can take care only of justice, security, and diplomacy. Only these three things, nothing else. So we actually have a ban in the constitution that the government is not allowed to make any laws on marriage, for example, make any laws on public education, which I find great. There are all these terrible concepts how the kids are kept in schools for many years without any result at all. I call it a prison for children. Sometimes we already thought about it like that when we were in school. You know, this is a small prison where we have to go every single. What have we done? And basically, you know that most of the things they are very lucky when they get to know how to read and write after they finish high school. And as you probably know, most of the things were totally useless from what you learned in school, and many of the things you needed for your life you could learn in a week or two by just doing the job which you picked. So I find this system very complicated, very unnecessary, and I think it's really damaging lives of many people around the world. And we need a good different concept for the people to find out. And let's introduce free market for that. Let's have a competition of schools in Liberland. As I said, the state will take care only of justice and security, and when you have that, you can pretty much do anything else. And I think that's a great thing, because there are so many things which you cannot do in the free world, in so-called free Western world now, because there are so many regulations. That's why we'll have all these people that have brilliant ideas which are stopped by the state. Yes, I want to have something like Hong Kong, but something more like Silicon Valley as well. It's everybody thinks that the United States, for example, invested in Silicon Valley to make it happen. There was not a single penny from state to make Silicon Valley happen. They were just smart people gathering in one spot, making Silicon Valley happen.